Is this a cat-specific thing, or is this an industry thing?
The commodity markets are starting to improve, so that has broader implications, and construction is improving, so it goes beyond cat. But just as for the last 3 years, they have everything going against them. All three businesses grew, and all regions grew for the first time in multiple years. Cat has cut billions of costs, and the operating leverage was extraordinary.
But the issue is that it hasn't yet encompassed sort of the softness then we saw in the oil price. Also, some industrial metals, exception of copper today, a little bit weaker too over the last month or so. How does that wind up cycling through? Is it new equipment buying, or is it replacement cycle?
Right now, it's a lot of aftermarket parts, particularly in the mining market, although they are starting to see some replacement demand. They haven't bought mining equipment in almost 4 years. So they are starting, commodities aren't great, but they're not as bad as they were. They've more than stabilized. They've bounced some. And the equipment's getting old. Mining equipment's used very intensively, and it's just time to replace. So, but the big story is the operating leverage. These guys have cut so much cost. When you come out of a downturn, you usually get like a 40-45% incremental margin. They're doing 70-80%, and they've been doing this for a couple quarters. But this one, they really got volume, so it was even better than people expected. People expected a beat.
Karen, their customers have also aggressively cut costs. Is that story over?
I think so. I think where you're starting to see the turn now is aftermarket parts, which it really isn't a lot of equipment yet. They're starting to have to use equipment more intensively, and it's been idle for a while, so they've got to start replacing parts. That's the first sign that things are turning. Also, hours of equipment used is rising. And it's not just, mining was a deeply depressed one, but construction's up. The worst is over for energy and transportation, so it's kicking on all cylinders.